All right, hang on for a minute. Yeah, we've got him right here. Stand by for a minute. He's going to identify himself on tape for you here.
That's yeah.
Pardon me, Director, go ahead and give me your name.
Dave Bowditch.
And you're the Assistant Director for the FBI?
Assistant Director in charge of the Los Angeles Field Office.
All right, you're live on KNX 1070
Thank you.
right now. We've got some people inside the studio who have probably some questions for you. So, guys, go ahead. Fire away.
Dave, let me ask you, one of the things that we heard from the police at this news conference was that it is too soon to think of this in terms of a terrorism attack in the classical definition of the word, and a lot of our listeners may be confused about that, and they think, my God, 28 people hurt, 14 dead. Of course it's terrorism. Can you explain in simple terms why we don't know whether it is or not, and does it make a difference?
Well, it doesn't make a difference in the way we posture for pursuing this investigation. Essentially, we come out and we fold into a lockstep position with our partners here from the San Bernardino Police Department as well as San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. Both these departments are exceptionally capable. To your question, to your point, we do not know if this is terrorism in a classical definition. And the reality is, whether it is or whether it isn't, we're going to stay in this investigation from step one. And the reason for that is, number one, we're here to assist our partners in any way possible. We have a tremendous amount of resources through the federal government. Number two, if it is determined at some point to be terrorism, then it can change very quickly, and I don't want to be behind the curve in any way. And then the investigation and the path of prosecution can potentially change. We're not there yet. We don't know if we're going to go there.
Is there anything about that building, anything about the Inland Regional Center, anything about what was happening at the time of this shooting incident that says to you as an experienced FBI person, this might be the reason for this insanity?
I don't have the answer to that yet, no. We're a long way from that. What I will tell you, and that is a big question, is why here? Why out here? We just don't know. But as I always tell people, the evidence will take us where we need to go, and that's exactly how we're seeing this. The facts in any of these active shooter investigations, and I've been to a few of them now, they change very rapidly. One witness sees one thing, these witnesses see another thing. Not unusual at all. Remember, these witnesses are under a tremendous amount of trauma and stress when something like this occurs.
You've got that investigation going on, but on the other side of things, what can you provide here when it comes to really the biggest problem we have right now, which is the search for these suspects?
Well, I can defer to our local partners on that. We are lockstep with them, and we will bring all the resources necessary to help apprehend these folks. But our local partners are very much with this search. I've gotten calls from a number of chiefs asking, is there something we can help with? Is there something we need to do to make sure we secure our cities? What I can tell you is we just don't know where these guys are, but that is, after the wounded are treated and extracted, that is priority number one. And the investigation, the prolonged investigation, will come later. I've got to wind it up because I've got to move on.
Can I ask you one quick last question before you go? We keep hearing about all these places that are on lockdown. I mean, realistically, how big of an area can you lock down?
Well, the departments out here are well-resourced, particularly San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, and there's a mutual aid agreement. If they need to bring in officers from around the counties, around the other cities, they will do that. And, again, the federal resources are always here, and we will continue to stay lashed up with them. But thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. That is FBI Assistant Director Dave Bowditch joining us live. Also joining us live right now, CBS News correspondent Nora O'Donnell. Nora, thank you for joining us. We understand that you spoke with President Obama about the situation in San Bernardino, what's happening here in Southern California. What did he have to say?
That's right. I was at the White House this afternoon for a previously scheduled interview when the president got the news, and when we